cloudy, overcast days, they can be a little bit saucy. But needless to say, we made it down there. We did find a queen, which is a huge relief because becoming a new queen can be risky business. She's got to leave the hive and go mate with a bunch of drone bees in the air and make it back in one piece. That can be risky, but she did it successfully. So now she's sitting on the throne in the hive, laying eggs, and now the hive can continue to grow and thrive.
One thing.
What you got?
What happens if the queen bee doesn't make it there in time?
That's a good point. Now let's say, for instance, the queen bee doesn't make it, period. Maybe she doesn't make it back. Maybe a bird picks her out of the sky. If she doesn't make it back, the hive can die. And that's if we as a beekeeper don't go in and replace the queen in some way, shape, or form. But fortunately, nature was on our side this time, and she made it back. Now, you saw how much I strained picking up that box and putting it on top. That thing is chock full of honey. We also have a white box on top. That's the one that is focused and meant for our honey that we would like to take. What I'd like to see them do is, as they continue to build back their population, they take maybe some of that honey in the top box and move it up into the white box so that we can extract it. Whether or not that works, like I said, bees don't like to listen to me.
But you can extract from the other cell. You can extract from the other things you brought out.
We can.
You can't extract.
I don't normally, but given that they have as much as they do, I think it'd be okay to do that.
Okay.
But we'll play that by ear. We'll see where they're at next month. Until then, they're going to be building up, and they're healthy. They look good. So I'm happy with it. I would have preferred if they didn't swarm, but again, bees don't listen to me. So, what about you guys? Do you have any questions?
Yep. Bennett had one more.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
One thing.
What you got?
What happens if there's if a bird comes but all the bees are gone?
Oh, so what happens if a boy comes, you said?
No, a bird.
Bird.
A bird comes, and there's no bees there?
And
Well.
only the queen.
Oh, and only the queen. So what if she gets the queen? Is that what you're saying?
Like if a bird comes and attacks the hive, and no other bees are there.
Is there no other bees there to protect the queen?
Oh, I see. That's a good point. Okay, so normally, I would say you wouldn't normally come across that because the queen is always going to have her bees to protect her. Very, very few times is there going to be a queen there with no bees to protect her. So that's fortunate.
She's got her royal knights, right?
Yes.
We had a question about the baby bees.
Yes.
How long does it take once they emerge from the eggs before they're out here flying and collecting nectar?
That's a good question. So here's a way that I'll break this down. So it takes 21 days for an egg to turn into an adult bee, right? Once it emerges, it crawls out of its cell, and it lives to be about, you guys have any idea how long an adult bee will live?
Until it sings.
Until it sings?
That's
No,
till it
stings.
Oh, stings.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's actually very true because they do die after they sting. But let's go ahead and just imagine if they never stung, a bee will live to be about 4 to 6 weeks old before it dies. So during this time, they go through a number of different jobs in the hive. They start out, when they first emerge, they are cleaner bees. So they're responsible for cleaning the cell that they came out of. And then after that, they become a nurse bee. So they're responsible for taking care of the baby bees. And then their jobs progress as they get older. And as they get older, the job changes. So once they get towards the end of their lifespan, they have a job like I call it the bouncer bee. Basically, the guard bee. So they make sure that birds or bugs or other insects can't get in. And then right at the last job of their lifetime, they become a forager bee. So that's a bee that goes out to find pollen and nectar. That's the very, very last job that they have in their life. So after 5 or 6 weeks, they will become a forager bee. And then that's it. That's the end.
Yeah, but one thing. What is before that one?
Before that one.
What's before forager?
Before the forager? So before the forager, there'll be the guard bee. So they're responsible for defending the hive.
That's when they're the knights.
Now
Yep.
before that, you have to double check, I forget.
We can look it up.
Yes, that's good. That's a question for Google.
Don't we have the big book of bees that we got picked for Mother's Day last year? Or for her birthday? I don't remember which one you got it for.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to look it up. We could read a book about bees.
We can always read books.
You know what?
That's the best way to learn.
That is a great way too, because you're going to learn a lot of facts in there that I haven't told you today. Now,
You guys don't like to read or anything, do you?
what?
They each have a library in their room. They're kidding.
Yeah.
I figured that'd be the
Talking
case.
to a person like mermaids and books.
You judging me?
You
Watch
said
out.
we did like books.
I know you love books. You're my kid.
Guys, the
We're
hive looks
Pop-Pop's
good.
kids.
I'm very, very happy with what we saw today.
Yeah.
You know, it's everything that we needed to see. We checked off the list. What we're going to do is we're going to come back next month. We're going to see if they put up any honey. More than likely, we will harvest any harvestable honey. And from there, we take it to extraction. And hopefully, maybe, I don't know, July, maybe deliver. So I'll keep you guys updated on that process. We'll
That's
see
great.
how it goes. Otherwise, keep sending them that good juju. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
What do you
Guys.